I think something's happening here in Thunder Bay. Something positive is going on here. And of course, we came unbelievably close last time, and this time we're going to take these ridings for the working people of Thunder Bay. I have to say I'm very excited about the possibilities that are shaping up for this campaign, because I think that what we're suggesting to Canadians, which is that finally we actually have a chance to have a Prime Minister who stands up for working families each and every day, is a choice that we can make in an election, and people have been waiting for that opportunity. I do want to thank Bruce and John. These are two candidates who are tireless in working day in and day out on our behalf, and I'm just so proud of you both. But it's also true that there are troubles afoot. I was here just a week ago at a picnic that was put on by the labor movement here, because there were so many people who had lost their jobs here in the north. And it is shameful. It is shameful, because we've raised these issues in the House of Commons time and time again, and the government simply doesn't respond. We've seen these plant closings, and we've said to the Prime Minister time and time again in the House of Commons, what about this? We're seeing thousands of people losing their jobs. And his response is simply just to wave his hand or send out his finance minister, Mr. Flaherty, to say, don't worry about it. I don't even think people should invest in Ontario. Can you imagine a finance minister saying something like that? I think that's one good reason that we should throw the lot of them out of office. This is a remarkable place here. And it's absolutely fundamental to the building of the Canadian economy. And yet, what do we see now? We see thousands of jobs disappearing. And what are these jobs? These are the middle class jobs. I say, what's happening to the middle class of Northern Ontario? It's being squeezed out of existence. The good jobs that had a pension and had a benefit plan so you could raise your family are disappearing, and people are having to turn to part-time work, low-wage work. And when they go home and sit down with their family, just think of the choices that they're being asked to make right now. I think of people, for example, who are saying, how are we going to pay for the education for the youngster in our family who's worked hard in high school, they've got the grades, we're so proud of you, but now the costs look like you're not going to be able to get the education that you should have. That is wrong. Every young person who does well in school and works hard should have a chance to realize their dreams in this country. Now, voting for New Democrats really means that you can have strong and effective leadership. Look at the caucus we have. It's pound for pound the strongest and most capable caucus in the House of Commons. And I'm very, very proud of those members of Parliament. Of course, one good reason for that is that 42% of them are women, the highest percentage we've ever had of women in the House of Commons in a caucus. And we also have to look ahead to the sustainable jobs of the future, the green-collar jobs, I call them. The kind of jobs that you can get when you have a program to renovate homes and buildings from one end of the country to the other. That way you don't have to go to the tar sands to work in the energy sector. You can use your skills right here in the community to reduce the energy that people have to burn right here in Thunder Bay. I'm talking about a strategy that says we manufacture some of the best products in the world here in Canada, and we're right here in Thunder Bay where the Bombardier transit systems are built by some of the best workers you can find. And I say, let's insist that we buy Canadian and keep our workers to work when we invest in public transit. That's what we should do. Or when it comes to the environment and the crisis of climate change, we have a government that has their heads buried in the tar sands. It's time to say we need a new energy future here and have a 21st century energy economy. Let's get out there and work put up those signs, raise that money, convince those voters, get them out to the polls to vote, and let's make some real change happen that looks forward and doesn't take us backward the way we've had for so many years. And don't let anybody tell you that it can't be done.